Yo guys, man, skill-based aquatics, giving y'all a first new series. It will be called Tuesday Tank Talk. Pretty much in Tuesday Tank Talk, I'm going to be focusing on my fish tanks every Tuesday, like today. And it will be all about my fish tanks, other people's fish tanks, care videos on certain fish, highlighting certain animals like fish, or plants. Oop, there went the lights. Or plants, or thingamabobs like that. It's going to be very similar to my boy. His name is Dustin's Fish Tank. If you know anything about planted aquariums, then you know about this boy, who is master of the dirted tank. Well, he does something similar called Species Sunday, and I will not be copying it per se, but I will be doing my own little version of it, which will be quite similar, but I don't know. I need more content. So it's going to be similar to Species Sunday, but not exact. Hope that's alright with everyone. So to start off, we're going to be starting with the 40-gallon mixed African cichlid tank. And my main man, his name is Bryzone Aquatics, or ASAP Pet Info. If you haven't heard of him, go check him out. Please. He is just the man, the main man. Aside from me, of course. And he was like, yo, Mitchell, you got some pretty nice Africans in here, but we've got a problem. And I was like, oh, what's up, man? He was like, Mabunas and haps and peacocks. Kaka, tuki, don't work. It don't work. I was like, what do you mean? And I did a little more research, and he explained it to me. And they come from different regions of Africa. They still come from Africa. Their pH is still similar, and their temperature is still similar, but they come from different regions. Venustus and peacocks have more open water. They need a larger tank, which will happen eventually, but they're babies right now. Need a larger tank, whereas the two Mabunas, the two Scolfii, are more rock-dwelling, and are more vegetation eaters and more omnivores than the other two, which are more carnivores. Which could possess a problem. So, after a little bit of talking, I decided that I'm mainly going to have, not this tank, well, obviously it's going to start with this tank, but, you know, as it upgrades, this project's going to be mainly peacocks, one or two haps, like the Venustus, and maybe a Livingstone, and then just those two Mabunas, just because I don't really know anyone to sell them to or give them away to, so they're just stuck with me. Or I'm stuck with them, I guess. So, yeah. And the only real problem that I can super see is that their diet's a little bit different, but I'm going to get something like Paradigm fish food or veggie krill, and I'll supplement the diet with that, so they can have more of a veggie-based diet, and then I'll feed the normal carnivore stuff to the carnivore cichlids, and they can be happy with that. There's also a few problems with aggression, but I feel like if I have a good tank boss established, like the Venustus when he's older, which I've heard good and bad reviews from, being a good tank boss or being a bad tank boss, but in my experience, they're decent tank bosses, then aggression shouldn't be a huge problem, but then again, they still are African cichlids. I'm going to go through everything real quick. The 4 Serpe Tetras that do not belong here are going to be given away to a friend. One of the Scolfii, the other Scolfii. The Dragon Blood is in his or her cave right now. She or he is currently the dominant fish in this tank, but also it's just because she or he is the biggest. The Venustus sticking his head out. Gonna become the biggest, around 10 inches. That's why obviously this 40 breeder won't last forever. Got my golden apple snail, my laced Synodontis catfish prick, here he is, just chilling, and the only really super temporary guy is Levine. Y'all know Levine, he's my African clawed frog. He's not going to be standing here for much longer, he's just in here for now. I keep saying When I get bigger, guys, I'm just gonna have a collage of just me saying all the time, just because why not? So, got a 40-gallon sponge filter, 2 heaters in the back, bunch of props and stuff. Plant-wise, we got some duckweed, some frog bit, some of this grass stuff that I don't know what it is, but it is growing like crazy, and I love it. It's just taking over the tank, and just a random piece of pothos that doesn't belong here. Lighting is just this flippin' lamp because I'm cheap. And yeah, guys, this is my 40 breeder mixed African cichlid tank. I explained it a little bit more in detail, the plans that are gonna be with this tank and as it grows. So those are gonna be my only 2 Mabunas. I'm gonna have mainly peacocks and 1 or 2 haps. So yeah, guys, really hope y'all enjoyed this kind of short, kind of long video. If you liked it, please let me know. Sorry, the snail's all weird. Sorry. If you liked it, please let me know. And give me more ideas for more content and more good stuff like that. Love y'all. This has been your main man, Scale-Based Aquatics. And as always, holla!